You are standing in front of the mirror. The lighting is a little too harsh. You look at your reflection, and that familiar, heavy wave of disappointment washes over you. You see the curves you wish were flat, the lines you wish were smooth, the shape you have spent years trying to change. And then, you remember what the internet tells you to do. You force a smile, you take a deep breath and say out loud, "I love my body. I am beautiful just the way I am." But deep down, your chest tightens because it feels like a lie. A really exhausting lie. Welcome to Mira's English podcast. Today we are going to talk about a quiet exhaustion that millions of people feel but rarely speak about. We are going to explore why forcing yourself to love your body might actually be making you miserable, and how a gentle shift in perspective can finally set you free. Let us talk about the body positivity movement. It started with a beautiful, necessary intention. The goal was to tell people of all shapes, sizes, and abilities that they deserve respect. It was a rebellion against magazines and screens that told us only one type of body was acceptable. But somewhere along the way, the message twisted. It turned into a new kind of pressure. Now, not only are you supposed to be healthy and successful, but you are also required to be madly in love with every single inch of your physical form, every single day. Imagine waking up feeling bloated, tired, and simply uncomfortable in your own skin. This is a very normal human experience, but instead of just letting it be a bad body image day, the current culture of toxic positivity whispers in your ear that you are failing. It tells you that if you do not feel perfectly confident in that swimsuit, you are not enlightened enough. You are not trying hard enough. So, you stand in front of that mirror, repeating affirmations you do not believe. This creates what psychologists call cognitive dissonance, which is the mental discomfort you feel when your internal beliefs do not match your outward actions or reality. When your brain knows you are unhappy with your reflection, but your mouth is forced to chant words of absolute self-love, your brain gets stressed. It is like trying to paint over a crumbling wall with bright pink paint and pretending the cracks are not there. It takes a massive amount of emotional energy to maintain that fake smile. And let us be completely honest. Is it even realistic to love your body all the time? We do not expect ourselves to be happy every second of every day. We allow ourselves to feel sad, angry, or bored. Yet, when it comes to our physical appearance, we demand 100% unwavering adoration. That is a heavy burden to carry. It makes the mirror a battleground where you are either a triumphant goddess of self-love or a total failure. There is no in-between, but what if there is a middle ground? What if the opposite of hating your body is not necessarily loving it? What if the goal is not to stare at your reflection and see a supermodel, but to simply look at your body and feel peace? This is where we gently step away from the loud, colorful parade of body positivity and enter a much quieter, more forgiving space. This space is called body neutrality. Body neutrality is a concept that strips away the obligation to find yourself beautiful. It removes the moral value we place on physical attractiveness. In body neutrality, you do not have to think your thighs are gorgeous. You just have to acknowledge that your thighs are strong enough to carry you up a flight of stairs. You do not have to celebrate your stomach. You just have to be grateful that it digests the food that gives you energy. It is a profound shift in focus. We stop looking at the body as an ornament meant to be admired and start looking at it as an instrument meant to be used. Think about how much time, money, and mental bandwidth we spend trying to fix our appearance. We analyze our angles in photographs, we pull at our clothes when we sit down, we calculate calories and obsess over skincare routines. All of this is driven by the underlying belief that our worth is deeply tied to how we look. Body positivity, ironically, often reinforces this belief. It still places the focus entirely on appearance. It says, "You are beautiful, therefore you matter." Body neutrality says something entirely different. It says, "Your beauty is the least interesting thing about you, and you matter regardless of how you look." Imagine the freedom in that statement. You can just exist. Your body becomes a neutral vessel experiencing the world. It is the vehicle that allows you to hug your friends, taste warm coffee on a rainy morning, and listen to the sound of ocean waves. When you shift your appreciation toward what your body does rather than how it looks, the mirror loses its power over you. Let us look at a real-life example. Suppose you are getting ready for a party. You put on a dress or a shirt that you used to love, but today it feels tight. Your immediate reaction might be a spiral of negative thoughts. You might think you look terrible and consider staying home. If you try to force body positivity in that moment, you might stand there trying to convince yourself that the tight clothes look incredibly flattering. You might try to hype yourself up, but your anxiety is still buzzing underneath. If you practice body neutrality, the internal dialogue changes completely. You might say to yourself, "This outfit does not fit comfortably today, and that is slightly annoying. I am going to change into something looser so I can actually enjoy the food and the conversation at the party. My purpose tonight is to connect with people, not to be a mannequin." Notice the difference? Body neutrality does not ask you to deny your frustration. It simply stops the frustration from ruining your entire night. It lowers the temperature in the room. It takes the drama out of getting dressed. Let us dive deeper into why letting go of the beauty standard is so incredibly difficult. From the moment we are born, society wires our brains to value aesthetics. We praise little girls for being pretty long before we praise them for being smart or kind. We are bombarded with media that equates physical attractiveness with success, love, and happiness. Even the wellness industry, which claims to be about health, is heavily driven by the desire for a certain body type. Because of this lifelong conditioning, choosing neutrality feels like breaking a deeply ingrained rule. It feels radical to say, "I do not care if my arms are toned. I just care that they can lift my groceries and hold my dog." It feels almost rebellious to step off the emotional roller coaster of dieting and body checking. When you first try to adopt body neutrality, you will probably face some resistance from your own mind. Your inner critic will still chime in when you catch a bad angle in a photograph. And that is perfectly okay. Body neutrality is not a magical switch you flip overnight. It is a daily, gentle practice of redirecting your attention. Every time you catch yourself evaluating your appearance, you gently guide your mind back to function. If you find yourself criticizing your legs, you remind yourself of the places they have walked. If you feel insecure about your smile, you remind yourself of the joy that causes it. You are essentially training your brain to appreciate the mechanics of your existence over the visual presentation of it. This practice is incredibly healing for people who have struggled with chronic illness, aging, or significant physical changes. When your body is in pain or no longer functions the way it used to, forcing body positivity can feel impossible and deeply alienating. How can you love a body that feels like it is betraying you? Neutrality offers a compassionate alternative. It allows you to feel frustrated with your physical limitations while still respecting your body's basic effort to keep you alive. You do not have to love the illness or the pain, but you can find a quiet respect for your heart that keeps beating and your lungs that keep drawing in air. Let us think deeply about the mental space that opens up when you stop fighting your reflection. When you remove the exhausting obligation to feel beautiful every single day, what do you feel instead? You feel relief, a profound, quiet, and deeply comforting relief. Imagine all the energy you have spent over the years worrying about your stomach rolling when you sit down, or the shape of your arms in a photograph, or the number on a piece of metal on your bathroom floor. If you could somehow gather all of that scattered emotional energy and take it back, what could you build with it? What books could you read with that reclaimed focus? What relationships could you deepen? What hobbies could you finally pursue? Body neutrality is not just about making peace with your flesh and bones. It is about reclaiming your life force. It is about taking back the countless hours and the massive mental bandwidth that the beauty industry has quietly stolen from you. Let us consider the concept of a photograph. When you look at an old picture of yourself, what is the first thing you usually notice? For many of us, it is a perceived physical flaw. We instantly zoom in on our waistline, our jawline, or the way our shirt clings to us. In doing so, we miss the context entirely. We miss the genuine, uncontrollable laughter captured in that split second. We miss the beautiful scenery behind us. We miss the fact that we were surrounded by people who deeply cared about us. Body neutrality teaches us to zoom out. Zooming out means looking at the bigger picture of our human experience instead of fixating on tiny, insignificant details. It teaches us to look at a photograph and see a beautiful memory of a life being lived, rather than a piece of visual evidence to be harshly critiqued. So, let us talk about how to actually practice this in your daily life. Because shifting a mindset that you have held onto for decades takes time. It takes immense patience and gentle intentionality. Step 1 is changing the way you speak to yourself. We often use brutal, unforgiving language when we look in the mirror. We use language that we would never, ever dream of using with a close friend. The next time you catch yourself saying something cruel about your reflection, I want you to pause. If you look at your legs and feel the familiar urge to criticize their size, stop and say to yourself, these are human legs. They help me walk from my bedroom to the kitchen. They allow me to stand up and move through the world. That is all. Just a gentle, neutral statement of function. It stops the spiral of self-hatred immediately. Step 2 involves changing your relationship with your clothing. Clothes are meant to fit your body. Your body is never meant to fit into clothes. This is a crucial distinction that we often forget. If a pair of pants feels too tight and makes you feel terrible about yourself, those pants are failing you. You are not failing the pants. Give yourself the unconditional permission to wear things that allow you to breathe deeply, to sit down without physical pain, to exist comfortably in your current form. You deserve to be comfortable right now, exactly as you are. Not 5 pounds from now, not when you finally achieve some arbitrary fitness goal. Right now. Step 3 is doing a complete audit of your media consumption. Every day, we are constantly absorbing hundreds of images of heavily edited, filtered, and perfectly posed bodies. Over time, your brain automatically starts to internalize these manipulated images as the baseline for what is normal. But they are not normal. They are highlight reels. They are digital illusions. I encourage you to unfollow the accounts that make you feel like you need to change your appearance. Fill your social media feeds with diverse bodies, with people who are doing interesting things, creating beautiful art, telling compelling stories, or planting gardens. Remind your brain daily that human beings naturally come in an infinite, beautiful variety of shapes, and that appearance is just one tiny, fleeting fraction of the entire human experience. Let us also explore how body neutrality impacts physical movement and exercise. For decades, the fitness industry has heavily sold us the idea that we must exercise to punish our bodies for what we ate, or to urgently sculpt them into a more socially acceptable shape. Working out became a chore, a necessary evil designed to shrink ourselves. Even the body positivity movement sometimes focuses too heavily on fitness as a way to stubbornly prove that larger bodies can be just as athletic. But body neutrality offers a completely different, much softer motivation for movement. You do not exercise to change how you look. You exercise to celebrate what your body can currently do. You stretch your muscles because it feels incredibly good to release stored tension. You go for a walk because you want to breathe fresh air and hear the birds singing in the trees. You lift weights because you want to be strong enough to carry your own luggage when you travel the world. Movement simply becomes a beautiful form of self-care rather than a punishing form of self-control. Step 4 is practicing deep gratitude for the invisible, constant work your body does every single second of your life. Right now, exactly in this moment, as you are listening to my voice, your heart is faithfully pumping blood to every single corner of your body. Your lungs are instinctively expanding and contracting. Your immune system is quietly fighting off microscopic threats without you ever knowing. Your cells are constantly repairing themselves. Your body is working incredibly hard to keep you securely anchored to this earth. It is your most loyal companion. It has been with you through every devastating heartbreak, every joyful triumph, every single sleepless night. It has carried you through the absolute hardest days of your life. It does not ask you for perfection. It just asks to be cared for with a little bit of kindness. As we move towards the end of our time together today, I want you to close your eyes for a moment if you can. Imagine a future where your body image is the absolute least interesting thing about your day. Imagine waking up, taking a warm shower, putting on clothes that feel incredibly soft and comfortable, and then completely forgetting about how you look for the rest of the day. Imagine putting all your beautiful focus into your meaningful work, your deepest passions, the people you love profoundly, and the rich experiences you want to have. That is the true promise of body neutrality. It is the promise of a life lived externally, fully engaged with the vibrant world around you, rather than a life lived internally, trapped in a dark, exhausting cycle of constant self-criticism. There is a very powerful quote that says, "Prettiness is not a rent you pay for occupying a space marked female or male in this world." You do not owe prettiness to anyone. You are unconditionally allowed to just be. You are allowed to treat your body like a warm, comfortable home, rather than a pristine showpiece meant only to impress visiting guests. A real home gets messy sometimes. A real home ages as the years pass. The paint might chip, the floorboards might creak when you walk on them, but it always keeps you warm. It always gives you a safe place to rest your head. So, the next time you find yourself standing in front of that mirror with the harsh, unforgiving lighting, I want you to try something radically different. Do not force a fake smile if you do not genuinely feel it. Do not repeat empty affirmations that make your chest feel tight. Just look directly at yourself. Place a gentle hand over your beating heart. Take a very slow, deep breath in and say 2 simple words. Thank you. Thank you for holding me together today. Thank you for keeping me alive. That is enough. You are enough. Exactly as you are. I would deeply love to hear your thoughts on this journey we discussed today. Have you ever felt quietly exhausted by the intense pressure to love every single part of your body? Have you ever tried shifting your mindset towards body neutrality? Please leave a comment down below and share your personal experience with us. Your story, your vulnerability, might be exactly what someone else desperately needs to hear today to feel a little less alone in their struggles. And if this conversation brought you a sense of peace or a new perspective, please consider subscribing to the channel. We explore deep, emotional topics like this every single week on Mira's English podcast, creating a safe, judgment-free space to untangle the beautiful complexities of being human. Take very gentle care of yourselves this week, treat your body like a friend, and I will talk to you again in the next episode.